Good morning. Welcome to the UU Church of the South Hills, also known as Sunnyhill. We're delighted you could join us for this service. Our mission at Sunnyhill is to create a more just and compassionate community. My name is Jonathan Murray, and I serve as the ministerial intern for this beloved community. If you are a newcomer or visitor to our congregation, please go to sunnyhill.org and click on the button that says New to Sunnyhill to receive more information about our congregation and to receive our weekly email newsletter. Also, if you'd like to be greeted as a newcomer after the service, please take a red mug, and members will seek you out to make sure that you are warmly welcomed. If you're joining us online today, please say hello or good morning in the comments on Facebook or YouTube. We'd like to hear from you and extend a welcome to you as well. We welcome children of all ages to our service. For quiet play, we have a children's area here in the sanctuary. For louder activities, we have a nursery just outside the entrance to the sanctuary. We also have a comfort room accessible through the back hallway, from which you can hear and see the service. A gentle reminder to everyone, please silence your cell phones or other electronic devices so we are not interrupted during the service. Today's sermon is titled Curiosity and Wonder. Curiosity and wonder can be much needed antidotes to feeling overwhelmed and stuck. Instead of remaining mired in frustration and anger, how might we cultivate a sense of curiosity and a sense of wonder, even in the most challenging of times? Our opening words were written by Alexis Egelbrecht. Welcome to this community of seekers, of questioners, and of those open to the revelation that comes from experiences with one another and the spirit of life. May we remember that while we have some answers, we don't have all the answers. While we know some things, we don't know everything. And while we have lived, others have experiences very different from our own. Welcome to this community full of questions and possibilities. And now please join me in saying the words for lighting our chalice. May this flame of fire of curiosity strengthen our wills and sustain our courage as we seek what is good within and around us.
Good morning. Please rise and body your spirit to join in singing our opening hymn, Morning So Fair to See. Please be seated.
Good morning, friends. It is now our time for all ages. If there are any kiddos present that want to come up, now is your chance. Good morning, friends. How's everyone this morning? Good. It's nice and sunny and warm today. Yeah. A few weeks ago, we honored our coming of age class and heard their credo statements. Every year after that service, people come up to me with compliments and kind words about the program. And every year, I give the exact same answer. It's not me that makes the difference. It's this place. It's this community. And it's the choices families make when they decide to come here. As Unitarian Universalists, we value each person's spiritual identity and journey. We encourage people to explore, to grow, and stay curious. We continue to ask questions, even when there aren't easy answers. When I was a kid, I grew up in a very different kind of faith community. One where people believed that all the answers to every question could be found in just one story. But even as a child, it really didn't make sense to me. The world felt too big, too beautiful. I remembering how all the answers could possibly come from just one place. And from that point on, I knew my own spiritual path would need to be one where I could keep asking questions and discovering my own answers.
Kentucky is a state in USA in the Southeast.
That is an excellent point. Kentucky is a state. We're going to keep having questions and answers just like that. When I became a mom, I wanted my children to have the space to ask questions too. Now, there were times when this backfired, just a little, especially on long road trips. Sometimes it felt like hours of, but why? But why? But why? Do you like asking why questions? Yes? Yes? And I was determined to never answer because I said so. Because curiosity matters. Curiosity is how we learn about the world. It's how we learn about each other. And sometimes it's even how we learn about ourselves. I think that many of the families sitting in this room share that same value. And I think it's one of the reasons so many folks come to Sunnyhill. Because it's a place where we can ask questions, find our own answers, and grow and change with friends and community that support and encourage us. It's a place where we can wonder and imagine together. And that's what coming of age and really Sunnyhill is really all about. Yes, Rev Jim and Jonathan and Mary and Bethany and Doug and I help guide programs, classes, and worship. We help create the container, the box. But what really makes the difference is all of you, the whole community, from our founders and elders all the way down to our youngest children. You create a place where we can ask all the "but why" questions all the time. This is a place where people are supported, encouraged, and cared for as they grow and explore. This is a place where it's safe to stay curious, and that's what makes Sunnyhill so special. And with that, we will head to our RE classes.
We're continuing with our new song. Our love surrounds you here. Joy has found you. Let hope abound freely. Go in peace. One more time. Our love surrounds you here. Joy has found you. Let hope abound freely. Go in peace. We traveled long, we traveled far to be right here where we are. Reach out a hand, no need to fear, 'cause all we need is right here. Sing along if you know it. All we need, all we need, all we need is right here. All we need, all we need, all we need is right here.
Good morning. I'm Joe Barker, a member of Sunnyhill's pastoral care team. We are here to offer support to Sunnyhill members who are going through difficult or challenging life events. If you are in need of such support, please reach out to a member of the pastoral care team. If you have questions, please contact Reverend Jim or Bethany Thornton or a member of the pastoral care team. You can submit a joy or sorrow on Sunnyhill's website or by filling out a form in the foyer on Sunday mornings. After each joy or sorrow that I read, please respond by saying, "We hold you in our hearts." We have a joy this morning from D.O. Bouquet. I closed on a beautiful house in the woods of Beachview and had a very productive first day moving with lots of help from my friends yesterday. For D.O., we hold you in our hearts. I have a sorrow from Carol Lee Hemington. Ann Osborne has some serious health problems, suffered a fall, and is now in Latrobe Hospital with pneumonia. Please keep her in your hearts. For Anne, we hold you in our hearts. A joy from Sean Kennedy and Abby Dawson. Sean and Abby are excited to announce the birth of Sylvie Hope Kennedy at 1:55 a.m. on Thursday, May 14th. Abby and Sylvie are both happy and healthy, and Sean is very invested in finding the perfect swaddling technique. For Sean and Abby and Sylvie, we hold you in our hearts. We have a sorrow this morning from Joe Shaughnessy. John O'Leary, the older brother of one of my best childhood friends, who happened to be a girl, passed away on April 10th. He was known as the cool brother, even though I was often too shy to talk to him when he answered the house phone for my little sister. For Joe Shaughnessy, for John O'Leary and his family, we hold you in our hearts. As we take part in our musical meditation, we invite anyone who feels moved to do so to come forward to the front of the sanctuary, light a candle, place it in the sand, and return to your seat.
As we prepare for Pride Month in June, we will be honoring several Pride-related days of observance. Today, May 17th, is the International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia, commemorating a 1990 decision by the World Health Organization to remove homosexuality from its list of mental diseases. This day reminds us that despite significant progress, the struggle for dignity and equality is far from over. With the 2026 theme, At the Heart of Democracy, we recognize that a truly democratic society is one where LGBTQ plus people can live safely and openly, free from discrimination, stigma, and violence. This is more than a day of awareness. It is a day of action to advocate for legal protections, healthcare equality, and safe public spaces. I light this candle as a symbol of our commitment to uphold the fundamental human rights of everyone, especially LGBTQ plus people. As we stand together, we commit to building a future that embraces diversity and ensures equality for all. Please join me in the spirit of meditation or prayer. Let us pause in stillness as we slow ourselves for these few moments. Slow our minds that we might better understand. Slow our hearts that we might feel more fully. Slow our senses that we might see and hear those things that sometimes escape our tiny attention spans. Let us pause now for a moment of silence as we consider this moment simply as it is. As we slow ourselves, we become more aware that true action springs from stillness rather than frenetic motion. That real strength arises from curiosity rather than certainty. That abiding courage is born of questions, not answers. May we act from a place of stillness. May we draw strength from our curiosity. May we have the courage to hold questions without answers. Amen. Following is an excerpt from a poem by Roger Keyes titled Hokusai Says, a tribute to the great Japanese artist and printmaker Katsushika Hokusai. Hokusai says, look carefully. He says, pay attention, notice. He says, keep looking, stay curious. He says, there is no end to seeing. He says it doesn't matter if you draw or write books. It doesn't matter if you saw wood or catch fish. It doesn't matter if you sit at home and stare at the ants on your veranda or the shadows of the trees and grasses in your garden. It matters that you care. It matters that you feel. It matters that you notice. It matters that life lives through you. He says, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Look, feel. Let life take you by the hand. Let life live through you. A therapist once told me that I would be a much happier person if I learned to cultivate a sense of curiosity about my own anxieties and other troublesome emotions. It really wasn't what I wanted to hear, and I told her as much. What I wanted, I said, was a way not to feel anxious or worried or depressed or any of those other negative emotions that I was feeling at that time. I said that I failed to understand how having a sense of curiosity about these things could make any difference for the better. Patiently, she explained to me that I had a choice about how to handle my emotions. I could continue to feel overwhelmed by them and stuck in a rut of my own making, or I could become curious about them and perhaps gain some perspective that would enable me to climb out of that rut. It took some time and a lot of practice, but eventually I learned how to become curious about what I was feeling, how to look at my own feelings, not as something that defined or limited me, but as a way to learn about myself and to grow. In fact, I am still practicing. But whenever I'm able to remember to be curious rather than merely distraught and overwhelmed, when I'm able to remember that, I find that I function better and that I am more likely to become unstuck from downward emotional spirals that can otherwise be fruitless and exhausting. But we're living in an era in which curiosity is given short shrift. These days, certainty, even foolish certainty, seems to be more in fashion than curiosity. And that's the thing about curiosity. It absolutely requires us to let go of the charade of certainty and embrace, or at least accept, uncertainty and the idea that we may not actually know everything that needs to be known. But somehow curiosity has become a bad thing. In the words of philosopher Michel Foucault, curiosity is a vice that has been stigmatized in turn by Christianity, by philosophy, and even by a certain conception of science. Curiosity is seen as futility. The word, however, Foucault says, pleases me. To me, it suggests something altogether different. It evokes concern. It evokes the care one takes for what exists and what could exist. A readiness to find strange and singular what surrounds us. A certain relentlessness to break up our familiarities and to regard otherwise the same things. A fervor to grasp what is happening and what passes. Foucault goes on to say, I dream of a new age of curiosity. Why do we suffer? From too little, from the channels that are too narrow, skimpy, quasi-monopolistic, insufficient. There is no point in adopting a protectionist attitude to prevent bad information from invading and suffocating the good. Rather, we must multiply the paths and the possibility of comings and goings. Curiosity is an essential part of any antidote or solution to the challenges we are facing as individuals and as members of larger communities. Cultivating a sense of curiosity can help us in at least 3 ways. It can help change our emotional set points, which I'll talk about more in a moment. It can help us become less judgmental and more appreciative of other people and other ideas. And it can help us recognize and better appreciate beauty. In recent years, some psychologists have been putting forth the idea that each individual's overall mood is in some ways similar to their weight. Let me get you there in just a second. In that we tend to go up and down somewhat depending on what's happening in our lives, but that most of us return to a sort of set point. With weight, for example, you might gain a few pounds during the holidays and you might lose a few pounds when you have the flu, but generally you return to around the same weight as before, like it or not. Similarly, your emotions might dip down when you lose a job or get some bad news, but then you might experience an emotional high when you start a new relationship or accomplish a difficult task. That normal emotional set point might be fine if you're generally positive or hopeful, but what if you are not? What if your emotional set point is in fact pretty low? According to Todd Kashdan, professor of psychology at George Mason University, you can actually change your emotional set point, raise it, if you're willing to become emotionally curious. Kashdan says, when we experience curiosity, we are willing to leave the familiar and routine and take risks, even if it makes us feel anxious and uncomfortable. Curious explorers, he says, are comfortable with the risks of taking on new challenges. Instead of trying desperately to explain and control our world, as a curious explorer, we embrace uncertainty and see our lives as an enjoyable quest to discover, learn, and grow. One of the distinguishing characteristics of our current social and political era is fear. No matter what your politics might be, fear likely plays a big role in how you perceive the world right now. And this sense of fear seeps into our personal lives. It plays out in different ways for different people, but fear is rampant in our world right now. But now more than ever, it is important, it is vital for us to be risk takers, both on the individual and the societal level. And cultivating a sense of curiosity can be extremely important in learning how to take risks, how to try new things, new solutions, new ways of looking at our current challenges, and new ways of acting on them. And if curiosity is helpful to us as individuals, it is extremely important to us as members of larger communities and society as a whole, especially when we are interacting with people who are different from us. people who have different opinions, different backgrounds, people of different races or ethnicities, people who have outlooks on life that may be vastly different from our own. Researcher and author Brené Brown said, when you are really struggling with someone, and it's someone you're supposed to hate because of ideology or belief, move in. Get curious, get closer, ask questions, try to connect. Remind yourself of that spiritual belief of inextricable connection. How am I connected to you in a way that is bigger and more primal than our politics? She goes on to say, and this part is important, now I'm not going to tolerate abuse, and I'm not going to tolerate dehumanizing language. I'm not going to have a curious and open dialogue with someone whose politics insists on diminishing my humanity. But short of that, I'm going to lean in and I'm going to stay curious. Curiosity, then, is a useful tool both for individual emotional growth and for enriching interpersonal relationships, especially across lines of difference. Curiosity enables us to become less judgmental and more appreciative of ourselves and less judgmental and more appreciative of others. There is a lot of wisdom in the idea of becoming more curious. Todd Kashdan, whom I mentioned earlier, recommends that everyone do 4 things with regard to cultivating curiosity. Don't worry about remembering all 4 of them. If you have one or even part of one, I'll be really happy. Try to notice little details of your daily routine that you never noticed before. 2, when talking to people, try to remain open to whatever transpires without judging or reacting. Although, as Brené Brown pointed out, do not tolerate abusive or dehumanizing thoughts or behaviors from others. 3, let novelty unfold and resist the temptation to try to control the flow. And 4, gently allow your attention to be guided by little sights, sounds, or smells that come your way. Part of what cultivating curiosity does is to help us become more mindful. And becoming more mindful enables us to be more aware of meaning in our lives. Christina Feldman, an author and Zen mindfulness teacher, puts it this way: meaningfulness is found not only in the dramatic and the intense, but also in the small moments illuminated by a curious awareness. We discover that meaningfulness is in our being present. Meaningfulness is in our being present. We don't need to seek meaning, but to understand our capacity to be present in this responsive, still way. It's how our foot touches the ground, how we meet another person, how we meet ourselves. There's nothing, Feldman says, as impoverished as the deeply unawakened heart. And nothing enriches us more and brings more life and meaningfulness than the awakened heart. I love that phrase, small moments illuminated by a curious awareness. It's amazing how this kind of curious awareness can help us recognize and appreciate, especially small moments of beauty, which can lead to an awakened heart. In our day-to-day lives, we have what I would call something of a skewed view of beauty. We tend to think of beauty as something like a warm bath, something that we soak ourselves in to stave off the busyness of our lives and the maddening chaos of the world. And there's nothing wrong with finding comfort in beautiful things, beautiful music, beautiful artwork, beautiful poetry. But we're missing the point of beauty if we stop simply at the appreciation of something as beautiful. Beauty challenges us. If we are awake to it, if we are cultivating a curious awareness of small moments, beauty challenges us and beauty changes us. Leanne McElroy Langton, a philosophy teacher, wrote about this process of a curious awareness leading to moments of great beauty in this poem titled "The Tree of Knowledge." I noticed that most of my students were gazing longingly out the window on an unusually beautiful Southern California morning. I paused in my lecture to discover that they were collectively noticing the unusual fruit exploding on the tree just outside our window. What kind of fruit is that? They wondered with more curiosity than they had ever shown for Plato or Rousseau. And so I told them about the pomegranate, how, according to the Quran, it filled the gardens of paradise, how its image had once adorned the temples of Solomon, how it doomed Persephone to Hades, how it symbolizes prosperity and fertility in Hinduism, how it came here to us from the Iranian plateaus to Turkey, across the Mediterranean, and transported across the oceans by Spanish conquistadors, how the city of Kandahar, now bombed and ravaged, was once reputed to have the finest pomegranates in the world. I told them that this was my favorite tree. And then we all went outside for a moment to marvel at this tree, just staring for a moment while the wind blew across our faces, a tender caress across the ages, and then the moment was gone. The next day, I walked into class, and someone anonymously had placed a single pomegranate on my desk at the front of the class, an altar before 30 students, all newly baptized, the red stain of pomegranate seeds outlining their smiles. I hope and pray that we will cultivate a curious awareness about our lives and about our world, and that this curiosity will lead us to become less fearful, more bold, and more aware of the moments, small and large, of our lives. And that in so doing, our hearts might be awakened. May it be so. Amen.
Please rise again in body or spirit to join in singing, "Do You Hear?" Yeah, I'm curious about that light too. I saw it blinking.
Do you
Please be seated.
Our Share the Plate beneficiary for the month of May is the Mount Lebanon Juneteenth celebration at Mount Lebanon Park on Sunday, June 14th, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Sunnyhill is a silver level sponsor, which means we are committed to raising at least $1,000 in support of this event, which commemorates the day when news of emancipation reached South Texas, more than 2 years after Lincoln's emancipation. This morning, we have with us Lebo Juneteenth co-chair Danielle Walker, who will tell us more about this event.
Good morning. Good morning. Okay, I was all prepared and then I got unprepared, so bear with me 1 second. Okay, so I have my flyers. I just want to get my calling card. Okay. All right. So thank you so much, Sunnyhill friends. Thank you, Reverend Jim. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Bethany. Thank you, Valerie. And thank you, Jamie, for letting me stand in your place and fill your big shoes. So Jamie is our fearless leader who is like the flagship or the grassroots originator for Juneteenth in Mount Lebanon. We have been celebrating Juneteenth in Mount Lebanon for 6 years. Can you believe that? 6 years. Wow. So last year we had a huge celebration. If you were a participant or you volunteered or you celebrated with us, you can remember there was a major player in the Juneteenth celebration for our 5th anniversary, the rain. So it rained tremendously. I feel like it was a monsoon, but we celebrated anyhow. And so I wanted to just come and express my gratitude and appreciation for you all opening up your doors. I was nervous at first, but then I was thankful that I'm amongst friends. So thank you so much for opening your doors and allowing us to come in and express, the importance about Juneteenth and celebrating freedom for not only the 160 years since 1865 that we have here, 160 plus. We celebrate freedom for all, right? The mission of Lebo Coalition, which is we're second year in, so we're toddlers in this nonprofit world. So we started Lebo Coalition to foster a community and let me pull it up here, make sure I don't misspeak. A mission to foster inclusivity and equity in Mount Lebanon, promoting African American dialogue and engagement, and also to create a shared and rooted community based in love, dignity, and respect. And so I feel like I'm in good company because Sunnyhill's mission is building a just and compassionate community. And I feel like that's what we're trying to do at Lebo Coalition, not just for people that are African American, but for all of us, right? I have 2 kiddos at the high school and 1 kiddo at the middle school. And I'm very thankful that they have had a really welcoming time in Mount Lebanon, because we're not necessarily nestled from Mount Lebanon, but we've come here about maybe 8 years ago, I can't believe that, 8 years ago, and we've been through Washington Mellon and now the high school, and we continue to build, we continue to connect, we continue to partner. So I just welcome you all to partner with us for Juneteenth. So it will be on June 14th this year in Mount Lebanon Main Park, so 900 Cedar Boulevard, 1 to 5. So I said that's a Sunday, so after we get done here, we can go over there and we can hang out. We'll have live music, we'll have dancing. I know everyone wants to line dance, because I do, so you should too. What else will we have? Face painting. We'll have a number of activities for the children. We have our signature scavenger hunt. If you have not participated, you are missing out. And then we'll just continue to celebrate together, just building the community that we want to see. And so join me. Thank you so much for having me. If you have any questions, or if you like my calling card or our calling card for Juneteenth, I have that here. If you want to volunteer, just let me know. We are happy to have you. Again, what's the date? June 14th. Yes. Okay. What time? 1, 2. Okay, and if you want to volunteer, you can come see me. All right, thank you so much. And I'm trying to think. I had so many things on my heart and mind to say. Let me see if I got them all. My husband, like, stick to the script. Okay, let me say, okay, all right, so I appreciate you all as my neighbors. I appreciate you as my friends, and if I didn't know you today, I hope to get to know you as soon as I step down from here. So let's stick together. All right, thanks.
You can make a gift online on our website or by text at 412-324-3130. We'll be passing our offering baskets for cash and checks in just a moment. If you're writing a check, please make it out to UUCSH and put "Share the Plate" in the memo line. Thank you so much for your generosity. Please join me in saying the words to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Just a couple of brief announcements before our closing words. One is that the Penn Banquet is taking place tonight, and it's not too late to sign up for it. Okay. You can go for free if you hurry up and see Pat right after the service, for two of you. But Penn is one of our most important interfaith organizing partners. The banquet not only raises money for the organization, but also provides information about their work and what their priorities are. Also, just after the service, there are a number of meetings of small teams going on. In the choir room, I understand the current events group is going to be meeting. In the Red Oak room, the art team will be meeting. Here in the sanctuary, we will have the internship committee in one corner and the AV team in another corner. You know, we need more space. Someone should, have a capital campaign or something. We'll get to that eventually, right? Anyway, that's what's going on. And also, please remember to read The Beat this week and every week to keep up with the activities of this very busy congregation. For now, we'll close with these words. Before we gather here again, may each of us bring happiness into another's life. May we each be surprised by the gifts that surround us. May each of us be enlivened by constant curiosity. And may we remain together in spirit till the hour we meet again. Go in peace.